13:18. Here is wisdom. Let he that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and the number is 666. People guess at this all the time. Consider what John is describing as best he could what he was seeing within an out-of-body state. He was being shown something that was important, and he did his best to describe it. Something very important in this for sure, as many things of John was describing. He was leaving clues, knowing someday someone would figure out what all this meant. John didn't know what all this was all about. It was things that he had never seen before, so all he could do was describe what it looked like to him. Consider the helicopters are numbered, aren't they? Perhaps he saw a helicopter with the number 666 on it. That's pretty interesting. Or perhaps he saw 666 of these helicopters all flying around. But remember that he is describing what he saw even when he didn't understand what it was. So his descriptions, I find totally amazing. Revelation 14:2. And I heard a voice from heaven, as a voice of many waters, as a voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. Please describe verbally what a helicopter sounds like to someone 1900 years ago. John amazes me. I have no doubt whatsoever that he is talking about this time frame, 2008 to 2012. Consider, how would someone in the 1800s describe that helicopter? Try it. It is not possible, is it? But today we can see what John was talking about. John did not understand what he was seeing, but he knew it was important, and he wanted to leave a message for someone in the future. And today, just taking a little closer look, we can understand what it was he was talking about. As long as we realize that he didn't know what a helicopter was, so he had to describe it in terms of the things that he knew in his time. And once you understand that, Revelation takes on a whole new meaning. Revelation 14:7, saying with a loud voice, Fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment has come, and worship him that made heaven and the earth and the sea and the fountains of water. What he's describing here is someone is saying through a bullhorn, Judgment Day has come. 14:8. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon has fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drunk of the wine of angels, fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought his angels. Remember that John uses the word dragon to describe UFOs, and the word angel to describe flying things, birds, things in the heavens. Most anything that's not a bird, he called it an angel. What else could he call it? Never saw an airplane. John talks about 3 different wars in Revelation. It is important to know which one he's talking about. The first war is the war in the heavens, 3,600 years ago. There's a tremendous amount of information on this war. There's even artifacts left over from that war. The second war that he's describing is a man-made war, as actually to us it would be World War III. It's here on Earth, and it destroys Iraq and New York City with nuclear weapons. The third war that John is describing in Revelation is the return of the Creator. We can call this Rapture, Armageddon, End Times, Day of Knowing God, Day of Knowing All, Judgment Day. Many different names for it, but it's all basically the same thing. It's when the Creator is returning to earth and going to war with demonic spirits. That is the third war that John refers to. John describes the nuclear destruction of New York City. He calls it Babylon in detail many times. How could John know the name of New York City? So he describes what he sees. The financial capital of the world. Consider this. He uses the words drunk with the wine of angels. Does this match the military-industrial complex? Making money, making missiles? It's a very amazing description. Revelation 16:1. And I heard a voice, a great voice out of the temple, saying to the seven angels, Go your ways and pour out the vials of wrath of God upon the earth. It sounds like missiles with chemical weapons. How else would John describe missiles with chemical weapons? 16:1. 16:9. And men were scorched with great hate, and blasphemed the name of God, which hath power over these plagues, and they repented not, giving him glory. People believing the nuclear and chemical attack is coming from outer space. In John's day, they did not know the world was round. So how else could they possibly describe such an event? John describes it quite well. 16:11. And blasphemed the God of heaven, because their pains and their sores, and repented not of their deeds. People in the current times are going to be led to believe God is attacking. It's a false flag. So Revelation 16:11 describes a false flag attack. It's being blamed on God. Revelation 16:12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the waters thereof were dried up, and the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. This is the second war that John is talking about. It's the man-made war. Nuclear missiles are launched from the Euphrates River, 4 of them, towards New York City. They destroy New York City, and in retaliation, missiles go back and destroy the area of the Euphrates River, to the point where the river is actually dried up. Pretty amazing description. 16:12. 16:13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. What he's describing here is amazing. He says he saw 3 UFO aliens looking like frogs come out of the door of the spaceship and out of the door of the AH-64. Now he uses the word mouth instead of door, and he uses the word dragon instead of UFO, and he uses the word beast instead of the helicopter. But how else would he describe these things if that's what he saw? So from this you can tell that there are alien beings going to be flying AH-64 helicopters. Totally amazing.